speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Well, hello there, Mr. Mineo. Today is your day. Today is the day that I decide the fate of Reach Records and the fate of Andy Mineo. Now, Mr. Mineo, listening to this album, what I found interesting is you are a very troubled individual. I hear the rage, I hear the anger, I hear the turmoil, the struggles to forgive Mr. Mineo, whether it's with your father or whether it's with past girlfriends. Mr. Mineo kind of reminds me of a Marshall Mathers, but Marshall Mathers had the right idea, Mr. Mineo. It's not to love and to forgive, but the right idea is to embrace the hate. Now, production-wise, Mr. Mineo, this is probably the strength of this project. Most of the production in your beat selections are pretty good. The album rides very well in the Batmobile as I was testing it out, and it's very bassy. Now, half of the production has a very synth sound, futuristic sound. So if that is your vibe, you will probably enjoy this type of album. There is some jazzy type of beats, there is some New York hip-hop type of vibe, but that is not the predominant. If you like more commercial music, then probably this will be more your vibe. So I will give you credit for that, Mr. Mineo. As well as the singers. Most of the singers really do a good job in terms of making catchy hooks, singing on beat, and they really bring something to the songs, from Chris Caligo to Go Cambo to Christian Grey. These were very catchy singers. Now let's look at some of the stronger songs on this project by Mr. Mineo. One of which would be Caught Dreaming. I was very surprised by this song because I've heard a number of these Reach Records songs with these rock guys and they don't sound very well. Most of the time it sounds like a rock track and they're trying to rap over it. But this one has a more hip-hop vibe to it, mixed with a little pop. Very basic beat, but I think it complements both worlds. And King and Country, though I disagree with their methodology, they do a very good job in the catchy hooks. And I think Andy Mineo does a good job, so it is the best of both worlds on this song. Now, songs like Cocky really displays your uniqueness to your record label. Not many on your label can make a song like that and bring that New York vibe. So this was very hardcore, very lyrical. So you deserve much credit for this song, Mr. Mineo. Two of the stronger synth songs with synth vibe. I told you there about half of this album has a synth or a futuristic vibe, but two of the stronger the synth vibe songs would be Curious and Shallow Hell. Curious has sort of a Jay-Z, Neptunes type of vibe to it, and he sings on the hook. And another song would be Shallow, which has a synth vibe, joining it with Mr. Swoop. And what I enjoy about Mr. Swoop is he makes a couple of Jay-Z references. We as a league enjoy Mr. Jiggerman, and we love how he illuminates the culture. So I love Mr. Swoop's verses on this song. Now, as many compliments that I've given Mr. Mineo, there definitely were some problems with this album. One of the problems, of course, is that Mr. Mineo has another side to him. And that other side is in the person of C. Drake. C. Drake is a person inside of Mr. Mineo that creeps out frequently on this album. He just begins to unleash his inner Drake and just begins to sing at the end of songs for random reasons, some of which I do not understand. One such example would be on the song Superhuman. The song has a nice vibe to it, but at the end he just begins to sing for no reason. Another example would be the song Ayo. When I heard the original Ayo, there was no singing at the end, but his inner Drake begins to take over Mr. Mineo, and he succumbs to the pressure. I know he speaks to you, Mr. Mineo. I know he says, "Let me out, Andy, let me out. I must sing." But Mr. Mineo, you must control him. You must control your inner Drake and not allow him to ruin songs. Fortunately, as I said before, these songs have good productions, but you just begin to sing for no reason. Ruins the vibe of various songs of this album. Mr. Mineo, control your inner Drake. Don't allow C. Drake to control you. Another example of your inner Drake would be the song Shallow and Curious, again on the hooks. He sounds like Drake, and his inner Drake just begins to take over. Why do people on your record label believe that in order to do a relationship song, you have to sing like Drake doing the hooks? Mr. Mineo, control your inner Drake. Please control your inner Drake. Another unfortunate thing, Mr. Mineo, is some of your hooks are weak. Wild Things. Did you actually say lions, tigers, and bears? Oh my! Do you also own a dog named Toto as well, Mr. Mineo? That, Mr. Mineo, is a weak hook. Bitter. Another weak hook. Bitter, bitter, bitter. Weak, weak, weak. Nothing catchy about saying bitter, bitter, bitter over and over again, Mr. Mineo. The Saints. Now, if you would have sampled one of the records, or when the Saints go marching in, it would have sounded better, but the singing on here, or when the Saints, that does not sound good, Mr. Mineo. Now, when you said the left, right, left, right, left, right, and the bass kit said that was fine, but that hook of "Oh, when the Saints" was very weak, Mr. Mineo. Now, the song "Take Me As I Am," I had problems with this as well. I just did not feel the uniqueness in this song. Yes, the bass was nice, but honestly, it sounded like something that would be on a KB's album. It just did not have a unique factor to it. It just felt very KB-ish. So in conclusion, Mr. Mineo, I've come to a decision. As I stated earlier, your production is pretty consistent throughout. Your hooks work at times, especially when you have other singers, and not when C. Drake controls you, Mr. Mineo. But at the end of the day, it is the end of the road. In a few moments, I will take control of Reach Records. In a few moments, I will be ending this movement, and I will be ending you. This is Gotham's Reckoning. Goodbye, Mr. Mineo. And at the end, you will have my permission to